Let's see. We were watching TV in the living room, and which was kind of rare. My dad usually wasn't up the stairs in the evenings. He was in his garage working. But we were watching TV, and it was really raining a lot that day. And just for some reason, he was up, or one of my parents were up, and they said, "Hey, there's people coming across the road." And they had blankets over their head. It was pouring down rain, and my parents went down to see what was going on, and they said their houses were starting to accumulate water. At that point, we started noticing more people coming to our house because we were on higher ground. So I lived across the street from Millionaire Row in Brady's Bend. It's actually across now, kind of catty corner from the SLI Club.
Yep.
Is what they're now. I think that at that time it was the Polly Rocket Hotel, going way back.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the neighbors in Millionaire Row were coming to our house because they were all getting the water was coming up. So we had most of the people in our garage, in our basement. Our basement and garage were kind of like, it was an integral garage, so it was all connected. At one point in the night, the water was getting up, and we noticed a few of our neighbors were still not around, and it was the Bazzutis. And I think it was Jim Bazzuti and his wife, Deb, and their daughter, Dawn. And somehow, I don't know if my mom and dad called them or what, but we found out they were trapped. So my dad actually drove our... we had one of those old full-size Blazers from the 70s. I think it was like a K5 Blazer, they called it. He actually drove over, and the water was up pretty high in the wheels. But he somehow managed to get near as close to the porch that they could actually get in the car, and he brought them over. And I think at that point, we had pretty much over full house, and that was, I think, as many people who came that night. They were the last ones to get to our house. With all the commotion, I think at some point the parents thought it was a good idea to get all the younger kids upstairs and at least try to get us to sleep. I mean, it was getting late probably at the time. It was probably midnight. I'm guessing it was probably 11, maybe midnight at night at that point. But we really weren't going to sleep. It was too much commotion. So we were actually, our front porch faces 68. And 68 was basically a small river. I mean, a big stream. And we were watching from there, all the water just rushing down. And, I don't remember seeing that. I remember all the houses across the road. Every house in Millionaire Row had a garage, a detached garage, back near the creek, the stream. And I remember just hearing some of these awful sounds, and then the creek basically washed all those garages away. I remember that. I remember the sound. I really couldn't see because it was so dark, but the sound was just that crushing wood, pulverizing sound.
Do you remember how you felt about it?
I didn't really know how to comprehend it. As a kid, you're other kids there, so you're kind of just watching in awe, and you don't know what to think. You've never seen anything like this. Hearing some of those sounds, you knew it wasn't going to be good, but we didn't know what to think. I think at that age, you're kind of overwhelmed with people, everyone just being there, and you weren't thinking too much about what was going to happen next. You were just kind of watching what was happening now.